G'day cocktail lovers, no cartoony effects. Must be time for another concoction in the kitchen. Indeed it is. It's time for another coconut concoction. I got a new coconut and just one this time, and I'm going to make another coconut aged cocktail. This one is going to be rum based. Essentially what I'm going to age in here for about 2 weeks is going to be a rum old fashioned. And my thinking is I like old fashions, so I'll either just drink it straight, or I may change things up, use it as a base for something like a daiquiri, add lime juice and shake on ice and get an interesting take on a daiquiri. But we shall see, because first I have to prepare it. First thing I did, make a hole. Again, as I mentioned last time, I've seen people do it with drills to get a specific hole size. That's pretty smart if you're the sort of handy person who has drills and know how to use them. I just used a knife to get one of the natural holes in the coconut open. I have a stopper that will fit in there, so all is well. Drained out the coconut water, then filled it with just water to measure its volume. And this holds between 250 and 300 mils. That's about 4 cocktails, essentially. So for fun, I'm going to split the base between 4 spirits, and I will initially put it in a mixing glass, because what I am doing is going to have a little bit extra, which I set aside and bottle as the control in this experiment. So after a couple of weeks, I will uncork and bottle this, and then I'll taste it next to the cocktail that was not aged in the coconut to get a really clear differentiation and an understanding of what the coconut has done. Science, people! I'm going to do 60 mils of each of the base spirits, starting with some Gosling's Black Seal. 60 mils, 2 ounces going in the glass. Next I'm going to add an Australian black rum from Queensland, Bundaberg 12. If you're in Australia, you know the cheap Bundaberg rum is basically the garbage rum drunk at teenage parties. They actually make some quality ones too. This is one of their quality ones, aged 12 years. It's got some nice character. Same deal, 60 mils, 2 ounces of the Bundaberg Black going in. Another Queensland rum now. This one, I believe, comes from the oldest functioning distillery in Australia. This is from the Beanley Distillery. They call it their Inner Circle rum, their special cask strength. This is the serious one. This is 151 proof. They do a slightly lighter proof Inner Circle as well. But I'm going with the serious one, 75.9% alcohol, pot still rum. This is going to give it a bit of kick. The final base spirit is not actually a rum. It's moonshine, made here in Australia, but it has these really nice fruity notes that have a very rum-like quality to me. I think it's going to play well with the actual rums. So last of the base spirits, another 2 ounces of moonshine going in. A few different touches now. I'm going to put some falernum liqueur in. Just put some nice island spice flavors in there. Not as much as the rums. I'm just going to put 15 mils, half an ounce of falernum in. Now for some pimento dram, also known as allspice dram or liqueur. This has similar flavors to falernum, but stronger. And it's based around the allspice berry, called allspice, because when people tasted it, they thought, well, this tastes like everything. It's like cinnamon and nutmeg and all these things. It's a great little drop, and I'm going to put the same amount, half an ounce or 15 mils of allspice dram. The final touch for now is some sugar syrup. This is a special dark sugar syrup I made. It's very spiced. It's got cinnamon, it's got star anise, it's got vanilla in it. So I basically made this especially for old fashions. These are the sorts of flavors I like to add to an old fashioned. So I'm going to add, again, 15 mils, half an ounce of sugar syrup. That is all of the ingredients. So you can see we've got a nice dark full-bodied old fashioned going on here. And here's me hoping to not make a big mess. I did not make a huge mess. Truth be told, I did not make no mess, but that's all well and good. I'm in the kitchen. I can clean that up now, put a stopper in my coconut, and I will let it mature, age for about 2 weeks. I'll probably taste it after 1 week just to make sure it hasn't gone too wacky. And this is my control, which I'll put in a little bottle and keep aside as well. And we'll come back. I'll be continuing the fashion parade with a different shirt, and we'll see what effect 2 weeks aging in a coconut had. Here we are, 2 weeks later. It's tasting time. We have the coconut aged cocktail and the control, which was the same stuff but not coconut aged. So I'm going to try them both. I'm also going to preface, this is 2 weeks later. If you're not seeing videos from me lately as often as you expect to, or if I end up sounding funny in this, I may have COVID. I had a test today. I don't have results yet. So I may be slightly under the weather. I feel okay now. I have a slightly sore throat. We'll see what happens in the coming days and weeks. But anyway, taste testing time. First, we pour our control into a handy dandy glass. It's a lovely rich colour. Next, our coconut. Take out the stopper. Good job, son. Just spilled some on myself. This could be messy. I've got a strainer here just in case there are still bits in the coconut. Ooh, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. That was relatively trouble-free. I have to admit, tad impressed with myself, the actual minimal amount of mess I made pouring from a coconut. Okay, first up, visually huge, major, obvious difference. The original drink has a lot more clarity. The coconut aged drink is milkier, cloudier in character. It's absorbed that from the coconut. I'm going to taste the control one first. That is a nice blend of rum and sundries. You know what? I might even shake that with some lime for a dark daiquiri. But the coconut aged one, it has this really obvious both coconut flavor and sort of the coconut fat sort of silkiness has been added to the drink. It does definitely mellow out the flavors. There's pretty strong flavored rums in this. So if you want something to soften a rum drink, coconut aging certainly does it. By the way, this tastes nothing like, say, if you added coconut cream or coconut milk to it. It tastes very different to that. Fat washing, which is essentially what we've done, gives quite different characteristics to adding something like coconut milk or coconut cream. I think it's great. I might actually try both with some lime. A final back-to-back taste. This is the control with some added lime. Not surprised, I think it's actually better balanced. I just added half an ounce of lime. The coconut one, I think that might benefit from a little bit of sugar syrup as well. I don't think the original one needs it. I think the way the coconut is playing with the flavors, just a small bit, like maybe 1/4 ounce of sugar syrup would be what that one needs. But is this a good experiment? I think it's worthwhile. You may or may not like it if you try it, but that's what experiments are all about. If you want to see more, make sure you're subscribed, give the video the thumbs up, all those good things. And I don't know that I will do any more coconut experiments, but there will be other experiments in the future. It'd be great to have you along. But in the meantime, I'm just back on my double fisting bullshit, so I'll say bye for now. Cheers.